fantasy games tend to fall into a pretty standard cliché. World is in trouble, either evil emperor, big bad monster, or undead, or some mix of some other otherworldly threat. A hero rises to the occasion, saves that world, and lives happily ever after. There's always a hero to the world, always somebody there to save the day. Whether you're the hero of Kvatch, the Dragonborn, or even just Geralt himself, all of those are heroes. And in the background are those NPC characters filling in the cities, doing the busy work, there to sell you potions, buy your goods, and maybe give you a little bit of information. But what about their lives? What are their lives to a hero, really? How do they pay their rent when they inhabit a world filled with monstrous creatures ready to rip out their throat at a moment's notice? How do they live day to day when within their very borders some evil mastermind could be plotting the next world domination effort, or being attacked by zombies every single day? How do those people survive when the hero isn't around? I mean, the hero can't be there 24/7. That's what brings me to today's game, Outward. Outward is an interesting concept. An open-world, semi-sandbox RPG where you are literally one of those peasants. Somebody who's fallen on hard times, owes a lot of money, and has to venture into that world because if you don't, how are you going to make that money back? And that world? Well, that world is as violent as they come. Somewhere that may or may not be in a post-apocalyptic fantasy future, the only ones that survive are those who stay within groups. Most people living within city walls never actually venture beyond those walls for how dangerous this world is. Everything is starving for food and needs to eat, or sees you as a threat and needs to cut your throat. Even the bandits have their own city-looking structures. A game where even dying is, though not permanent, punishing. Where we'll need to manage our food and our water. If there is a job that requires us to head to a dungeon that is 2 days trip in-game, then we better bring enough food, water, and camping equipment to ensure that we survive that journey. And if we're going across the entirety of the world, well, then you are prepping for a journey that could eat through all of your supplies and then some. But for those who are willing to make that risk and find those dungeons and brave those dangers, treasure awaits. A name for yourself awaits. While you may not be the chosen one, you are still capable and determined, and that alone can carry you quite far in any world. So today, we'll be joining Gilwyn, after he's crashed onto the shore, owing his small town 150 silver for a blood debt for crimes committed by his grandmother before him. Having just lost everything, he'll have 5 days to find that money or do a big enough favor to someone in the town that they can temporarily wipe away that debt. This is Outward. Take a step into your imagination and join me on this adventure as we see what will eventually become of Gilwyn, or what won't become of our dear non-hero. Meet Gilwyn. His family has been cursed for generations. Long ago, before he was born, his grandmother did something. What exactly she did is lost to the annals of time, but what it did was cause an entire family to be looked down upon. Gilwyn is part of that family. Ever since his grandmother performed such heinous deeds, whatever they may be, his family is owed what is known as a blood price. What that entails, we'll learn in time. But this is Gilwyn's story. In a world so harsh and violent that wandering beyond the city walls is considered a death sentence to many. But, unlike other fantasy stories, Gilwyn here isn't the hero of this land, the chosen one to save it or to doom it, or some sort of evil mastermind. No, the question of what do normal, everyday citizens do in a world of fantasy and violence, that's what we're going to be answering with Gilwin. Our ship has crash landed, and now we're here to, well, hopefully survive and get back to somewhere useful. I guess that's the sun moving behind the rock. Anyway, our first task, or our first point of order, should be to see if there's anything worth grabbing around here. We are lacking completely, literally everything. We are naked to our very core and only have a kick that'll help us. So, let's explore this area that we've crash landed in and see if we can pick up anything of note. A makeshift torch could actually be good. I don't know if we can use it to attack. Doesn't look like it. But we can use it to light the way. And immediately, we can see some berry bushes nearby. Now, this is going to be unlike many other fantasy games that we've played in the past. Many other sandbox games, too. Since this is not going to be a game like Kenshi or Project Zomboid, in that it's not isometric, it is going to be much more... Ooh, we got some berries, maybe? Closer to something along the lines of, I guess you could say, Morrowind, with exploration being at the forefront, but with the survival implementations of a survival game where you have to manage your temperature, your food, your water, your sleep, and all kinds of other things like that. We'll kind of see how that goes as we explore. For now, some tattered attire, and immediately we're looking a little bit better now. We can see our temperature in the bottom left has gone from going down to going up. We're covered, which is good. In the meantime, we're just going to keep exploring. We have no gear, and we need to find our way back somehow. And I don't really know what else... and I don't really know this world at all. This will be something that we'll be exploring together. I want to say out the gate, thank you to our Patreon supporters. We wouldn't be able to do a third series like this, especially if it does really well, without the support of Patreon. But because the Patreon has done so exceedingly well, me and Dean are able to happily tackle a third series without stressing too much about losing work on other projects. So thank you for that. It's actually, I've been looking forward to Outward for a little while now, and I'm hoping that it's as good as it seems, you know, for people who love sandbox RPGs like myself, and is as difficult as it seems as well. So we can actually get some clean water here, and we can see we're actually getting a little thirsty in the bottom corner. So let's go ahead and drink up some clean water. Take care of that thirst for us. Maybe we'll take 2 gulps. I don't think we have anything we can put it in. Yeah, we have no water skin. I kind of want to explore down here, but there's also a campfire or a brazier over here. We got some bandages. Excellent. And we have somebody over here who seems to be praying. We'll explore. We'll talk to him in a moment. Gilwin is a very interesting individual in my mind. Living in such a world like this, there are heroes. They're few and far between, and they are rare. But heroes in a fantasy world are nothing special in that they exist. Perhaps special to those who live in that world, but to us, the player, they're not all that special. What they usually, we are the ones playing the hero. Ooh, I wonder what's over here. But Gilwin has always been a peasant, a nobody, forgotten. Laying his head in bed at night, dreaming of those that are heroes, wishing he was one, an adventurer. And it seems he's found himself in a particular situation that most heroes do when they start their journey, shipwrecked and alone. Seems to be his opportunity. Perhaps now, finally, Gilwin can become the hero that he's so dreamed of being. Well, hang on. It seems we've got ourselves flint and steel, linen cloth, basic survival tool used to light campfires. It might have other uses, however. Roll of fabric, commonly used in basic crafting recipes such as bandages. Basic clothes can be decrafted using survival crafting menu into linen. Wood, branches with a variety of uses from making campfires to crafting weapons. And universal currency of the land. Note that 100 coins have a combined weight of 1. Let's take all of that. That's pretty good there. He's certainly scared. He almost lost his life in a shipwreck, and, well, this skeleton certainly indicates that he was not the first, and unlikely to be the last in this rocky lands to crash his ship. But if he can make his way back, he can prove to himself that he can at least survive in the wilds on his own, and maybe taking up the adventurer's life isn't something that he is incapable of doing. The adventurer's life is dangerous and deadly, and those that go off to live such a life usually end up dead and never coming back. But those that do survive, those that are able to create a name for themselves, those are the heroes that the world remembers. Can Gilwyn become such a hero? Well, let's find out. All right, a fishing harpoon. I wonder if we can equip that as a weapon. Let's see. We got our pocket here. Yep, and we can equip it, and we've got a bunch of torches in our pockets. So we can have different armor slots, but we have a pitchfork now, and I think we can use this as a weapon, and I believe we could also use it to fish if we see any fish lying around. But if you're curious how combat works in this game, think of it kind of like a little bit of I guess you could call it lower budget Dark Souls. There's dodging, there's blocking, there's light attacks and heavy attacks. But this is a game made by a developer of 9 people. And games that are made by small teams that are very indie with a very niche focus tend to have compromises in certain areas. Look at Kenshi, for instance. Kenshi has plenty of compromises in many different areas, but it has such an uncompromising vision that the things it sets out to do, it does incredibly well. And I feel the same is true for, hopefully true rather, for Outward here. So we have a couple of options. We have an area that goes down there, and we're also getting hungry. We have nothing, we do have something in our pockets. We can eat berries. There we go. And we'll go ahead and keep on moving. For now, we can't carry all that much. Our pockets don't hold all that much, but the berries are valuable for sure. A little bit of berries can go a long way. We have a wall over here. The other cool thing about this game that that's going to either get me into a lot of trouble and get me killed, or be a really cool feature that people will love, is that there is a map in the game, but there is no waypoint system. If you want to explore or figure out where you are, you have to find local landmarks that you can recognize and go on from there, and to navigate from there, rather. There's also no actual death in the game. When you are felled by an enemy, an event happens, depending on the enemy that you killed and where you are in the world. If you're killed by bandits, for instance, there's a chance that the bandits take you back to their camp and imprison you. And then you have to kind of fight your way out. Or if you get attacked by wolves, the wolves take you back to their den to eat you, and you have to fight your way out from there. Sometimes a lone stranger can find you before you end up dying and take you to a camp somewhere on the map, sometimes closer or further away from the objective that you're going to. All that can make an interesting story, but it also means that the punishment system in this game isn't that terrible. Ooh, a little bit of bread. I don't want to talk to this guy yet, because I have a feeling he's tutorial man. I want to go over here and see what's going on past this gateway. If anything at all. I think we can sprint, yeah. If you hold left bumper, you can sprint. The other thing is that there's no fast travel in this game. So if you'd like to travel across the world, you have to travel across the world in preparation. You have to prepare yourself for such dangers. Making food and water and making sure you have camp supplies. Ooh. I want that machete. Okay, we have a machete now. 12 damage versus a 16, but it's a little bit faster and has a bit more durability. I think we're going to go ahead and equip this and this torch. So we can kind of do that, and we can do this. I keep trying to hit right bumper to attack, and that's not how it works. And it looks like there's an animal prowling around out there. There's another one way in the distance as well. Our first combat experience, perhaps. There's no sneaking, and here he comes. Okay, okay. Okay. Violent, perhaps very hungry as well, or engorging himself on the dead survivors of the area. Whoop. Oh, I actually got hit, apparently. Come on. Okay, good. Got him. We want to loot the hyena for everything it's got. Raw meat, edible meat that should be cooked first, as it rots quickly and carries disease while raw. As a type of meat, this food restores health over time. We'll take it. and some hide off the animal as well. A good first encounter for sure, but now we need to bandage, it looks like. So let's go ahead and sit, and we'll bandage up in a moment very quickly. And now we are healing over time, perhaps? We also have a spice beetle. Yeah, we are healing slowly over time. I think I hear footsteps. Remember, there is another hyena. Is that what these are? Right, that's what it said. There's another hyena not too far out here. Now, we were able to kill the other one without losing, with losing just a little over half our life. Oh. Where did it go? Testing his mettle and his skill, Gilwyn swings out, hoping for better. Ooh, green worker attire, worker boots, and hide. Pouch overweight. Okay, hang on. Oh, shit. Run. Our pouch being overweight, we need to get the hell out of here. Not right now, we can't fight this guy. His buddy is dead. Hopefully he sees him and realizes it's not worth the trouble or the chase. But perhaps he doesn't particularly care. Okay, trying to get a swing in. It's all right. Keep the block up. Getting a dash attack in when we can. And a nice heavy attack when we can. Okay. Wait. Hold it. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. We'll take the hyena loot real quick. We're overweight, and that's okay. We need to craft a bandage, I think. Bandage, craft. Inventory, use it. I'm going to be going back and forth to using my mouse and my controller. For games like this, I prefer using my controller, but I don't know how to move across. Oh, never mind. I'm dumb. Okay, just ignore me. Tattered attire compared to this coat. It actually does. This doesn't give us any cold weather, hot weather defense, but it gives us a lot of cold. So let's put that on. And we have boots that we're actually wearing. Excellent. And now we actually look like a proper person. a proper semi-adventurer. I wonder if we can loot the area. Or I wonder if we can cook our food. Ah, looks like they were feasting. Gather tree. Sure, let's gather the tree. Oh, we got some wood. Okay. We are starting to move incredibly slowly now. Dangerous for sure. But we're working. Instantly, the game shows its teeth. The hyenas were no joke, inflicting bleeding on us immediately. And it still says we need healing. But we're all right for now. I don't think we're actually bleeding. We're getting a little warm, and our inventory is filling up rather fast. But there's still some more to learn. Let's go ahead and take another drink of some clean water. There's something over here. A mining pick? I'll take it. Oh my good lord. Look at the movement. We're incredibly overweight. Alright, let's start dropping some things if we can. Things that we don't need. I think we're going to go ahead and drop the tattered rags. I know it's not superb, and we're certainly, still not moving super fast. But everything else has use, and that's something that we have to kind of get used to here in this new world. Is that dropping everything? There's really no such thing as a useless item, as far as I understand. The ability to carry around our pitchfork, for instance, while certainly not the greatest weapon of all, if we decide to wield this instead. This will allow us to fish as well as attack. It's a nice lunging weapon and gives us a lot of distance to play with, but it's multi-purpose. Food is going to be something we need to pay attention to, and fishing is one of the best ways to gather food. And you can see some fish over here, and our body temperature is back to normal, as we've been informed. If we can find some fish over here. I thought I saw some peeking through the water, but no such luck. And there's no swimming in this game, unfortunately. But we can fish. You have to trust me on that. Alright, well, let's see what this NPC has to say. Good evening, sir. You look like you have a lot of gear. Izan Argensen.
What you need?
Gilwyn, you're alive. You must be freezing. Come, warm up by the fire before you freeze to death. Where are we, Izan? Last thing I remember was our ship hitting a rock.
We're not far from home. You can see the lighthouse from here, can't you?
Edo made it out too. He's making his way home to Cierzo to go get help. Edo made it out alive too? Thank Elot.
He's a Kazite. He was born on a ship.
Okay, this probably isn't the first time he's had to survive a shipwreck.
Go ahead and sleep in one of the extra bedrolls.
Alright, so we can sleep to heal up. Can I actually light this? We do have flint and steel. We can use some camp. Okay, let's, can we just cook up some meat? So if we wanted to throw some raw meat on here. Okay, we've got some cooked meat. And that's about it. Well, we cooked it up, so that's useful. Alright, let's lay down for now. There we go. Crawling into the bed, you know, from the bottom. And we need to sleep. Okay. Alright, so we have options when we sleep. How much we want to sleep for, how much we want to stay on guard for, which we don't have any real concern of right now, because we have 0% of being ambushed and repairing. We'll repair for the first 2 hours and then sleep for another, I guess, like 5 or 6? I just don't know what that sun icon means down there. Let's just sleep for a few hours. Let's see what happens. Izan must have brought you back to your family's lighthouse. Only your aching body tells you that the shipwreck you suffered was not a nightmare. Good to know. Ugh, and we're not on the, oh, hello. Where are we? Are we back home? He must have, like I said, he must have brought us back to the lighthouse, I guess. And we have all these already, these green workers' boots and green workers' attire. Let's head downstairs. Perhaps this is home. We've got a primitive satchel. We'll go ahead and equip that. It's not great, but it's better than nothing. And a altar full of skulls. Yeah, that doesn't feel great. Why we would have that, I'm not entirely sure. Our own fire. And a stash that we can actually do exactly that and stash. We have some simple shoes and some sandals inside. And some wood, as well as all these other, you know, well, we have some wood that we want to throw in there, I think. So let's go ahead and transfer it all for now. And just see what we've got. Some hide. We also want to move things to our satchel at some point. Can I just move it to my satchel? Yeah, there we go. Just immediately goes into the satchel. Throw the wood in there. Simple shoes and sandals are nice, but, you know, not great. And we'll throw the arrows in there as well. Put that in the satchel. All right. Managing our inventory, but it means we can actually move around at normal speed now. Let's go ahead and equip our... There we go. Machete over the pitchfork. Let's see what else is around here. Let's head to the city streets, it seems. Some cranberries. Man, this house is not looking so good. Bare bones at best. Oh, there we go. A lantern. Improvised bedroll, flint and steel, iron scrap. Berries. Ooh, cooking Cierzo ceviche. A recipe, definitely useful. And some bread. Everything is going to be kind of equipped, I think, in the backpack unless otherwise state. Can I just move things from here? Yeah, I can move to pockets. Okay, cool. Improvised bedroll, primitive bedding made with leather. And this here I don't need this equipped right now. So let's get that put away. Let's make sure it's in our pockets for now. All right. Well, we look a little bit better, a little bit better equipped at least. Let's see what's outside. Oh, everybody's come to greet me.
Rise and
Yes.
shine, Trog spawn. You think you can nip off for 4 months and not pay what you owe the tribe?
I'm sorry. I didn't know I owed you anything.
A blood price is sacred. You can't just shrug off that responsibility.
For as long as you did.
If I don't see the money from you by the time I count to 10, you'll regret you ever came home.
Oh, she's mad. So I clearly owe a blood price, and I can only imagine this is tied to my grandmother, as they explained in the beginning. Just woke up from a shipwreck, have a heart, will you? You know I can't pay it. All the money we made in Orochi is the bottom of the bay.
Yeah, you were on that ship too, weren't you? How many lives must your family be responsible for destroying before enough is enough?
Let's see. Gilwyn, wanting to be a hero, has always wanted to be a hero in these lands. Doesn't want to fight anybody. Stop this right now. You're being unreasonable. Don't make this violent.
If you can't make the payments you missed, we will seize your home.
That ought to cover 4 months of ignoring your duty to the tribe. Either pay up or get out of the way.
Enough of this. 12 people are dead. Stop this shameful behavior at once.
This is a time for the tribe to come together and mourn our lost loved ones, not to demand payment from a survivor. Stop this shameful behavior at
To
once.
threaten someone like this while the lost lives are still fresh is an insult to their memory.
Yes, thank you, Risa Aberdeen. We agree with you. Let's see. She's declared a period of mourning.
But, Chamber Lady Aberdeen,
Gilwyn has clearly
I
been...
said that is enough. If you want to resume discussions after the mourning period, feel free.
Okay. But until then, your concern should be for those whose lives were lost in the wreck.
Oliel, see these people off, would you?
You heard, Mother. Away with you, or I will personally see to it that you get double shifts of guard duty.
Excellent. I mean, you know, I could earn the money. Well,
I'm sorry that was the first thing you woke up to. Please forgive them. Many of them have lost family and are not thinking straight.
I can't believe they want to seize my home. Can't you do something?
If I could do more, I would. The most I can do for you is declare a mourning period and buy you a little time.
All right. So for 5 days, no one in the tribe can ask me what you owe.
That gives you a few days to pay back the money.
That gives you
Either gather the
5...
money or earn a tribal favor, and they won't be able to touch you.
5 days to earn 150 silver coins or earn a tribal favor. Okay, that seems like a short period of time.
Once you can make the payment, come see me. Please find a way to make it work.
I am curious. I'm going to say the blood price is unfair. You can't hold me responsible for things that are out of my control. Because I'm curious what they say to that. I want to know a little bit more about this blood price.
Have you forgotten why your family bears this blood price?
Yeah, when your grandmother was chamber lady, she turned away the followers of Elat in our time of greatest need, forcing the tribe to pray only to the 5 winds for protection.
Listen well.
Because of her pride, dozens were slain by the beasts of the scourge. Your bloodline owes it to them to pay back that debt. Let's see. What if I just leave and never come back?
Well then.
You could think you could survive alone out there in the wild. You have that right. But remember, your tribe is your family. We achieve more together than we do on our own. I can't possibly accomplish that. I need more time, or then I will have to head outside the walls.
That does seem like your most effective option, dangerous as it is. Never
right.
forget, no one is an orphan in Cierzo. Do not hesitate to ask the rest of the tribe for survival advice.
So they, even though they that we owe them, they treat me as family and will offer me, hopefully, advice or a way out of this blood debt.
If you can do a great deed for someone in Cierzo, we will owe you a tribal favor.
Which will substitute as your payment, okay.
Once you're ready to leave Cierzo, speak with Burak, the gate warden.
And he will judge whether I'm good to go outside or not?
Remember, you only have a few days.
Yes,
May your
5 days.
ancestors watch over you.
Well, that immediately puts us on a timer. 5 days to figure things out. And this game does have a day-night cycle, as well as some seasons as well. Anybody who wants to give me a favor.
I'm glad you survived the wreck.
And I'm sorry about your losses. I know how much you were counting on this expedition. That glowing sword is new. When did you get it?
Rufus commissioned it for me as a going-away present.
I was going to leave this morning to go join the holy mission of Elat before Mother could stop me.
But with the shipwreck,
It wouldn't be right to
it
leave.
wouldn't be right to leave so soon.
I have to stay with the tribe until the mourning period is over. You have no idea. I don't know how I'm going to gather the money Rissa is demanding from me.
I have faith in you. You'll pull through.
If you could survive such a lethal shipwreck, I'm certain you can make your next blood price payment. Is it like a monthly, lien on the house?
Always strive to be better than today.
Well, you don't have a favor I can owe you. I guess our first task, and the one that Gilwyn would first try and take as well, is asking the people around town if anybody needs any help. If we're going to become heroes of this land, in some way, then we need to make sure that we are helping those who even hate us. So maybe, just maybe, there's people out there who need a little bit of help. Hello. You're a guard. You look like a guard as well. How about you? No? Anything down here? I could probably get a drink of clean water nice and easy here. Drink that? Salt water? Never mind. Probably not. Gather some berries. Well, let's see. Anybody want to offer me something I can do for you? Tell me about the surrounding region. If you want specifics, ask Burak, our gate warden. Generally speaking, winter can get unbearably cold, so wear thick clothes and keep torches and campfires on hand. And if you're interested in magic, there's a ley line under the Conflux Mountain. That large purple one in the middle of the region. Ah, need something else? Well, that immediately throws up interest, because there is the rumors of magic in this world. Magic exists, but it comes at a blood price, much like the debt that we owe to the city. And it's difficult to learn. But if there's one way to prove that we are heroes of this land, even if we are common nobodies at first, is to master the arcane arts that most people fear. I have a feeling Gilwyn will be making a trip out to that mountain sometime in the near future in hopes of seeing what he can learn.
Hey there!
So long as you pay for my medicine, I'll see to it that you get what you need. I'd like to talk. But can you teach me about magic? I could wax poetic about it all day. What's got your curiosity? So the cool thing about magic in this game, too, is it's ritualistic. There's a step-by-step process. The easiest example is Fireball. You have to get the spark spell first, then you have to lay down a ritual circle so that you can make the spark spell more powerful so it'll actually feel like a fireball. And they require consumables, too, which is neat. What actually is mana and how do you control it?
Mana is energy that flows through everything.
Plants, animals, people, even rocks. Mages are those who've learned how to capture that energy and unleash it in the form of magic spells.
Magic is something that requires patience to master.
By combining spells in the right sequence, you will achieve better results than using a spell on its own. That's it.
Here's the plan.
I'm running a little low on crystal powder to brew advanced potions. If you've got an alchemy set of your own, make some for me, would you? Sure?
Hey, listen!
You know how to make crystal powder, right? Blend 4 mana stones in a deployed alchemy kit. Need something else? Well,
See ya.
we need alchemy stones, then. And we don't have an alchemy kit, I don't think. We have neither of what she wants. We also have a journal. I'd like to see. Quick slots, we don't really need anything too much yet. We can throw our lantern in desperation. Minor quests. Bring crystal powder, which can be crafted using alchemy kit, to Helene. Okay. That doesn't seem to have a timer, though, which is good. Hello.
Blessings of Elat upon you.
You're a priest of Elat, right? What can you tell me about him?
As a human, he was far from perfect.
He was supposedly brash and full of himself in his younger years, but he strove to improve himself day by day and founded the tribe without name, governed by the 3 pillars of the holy mission that still follows.
Then came the Scourge.
Elat, being a master of magic, sacrificed his very humanity and became living thought, guiding us to the uneasy stalemate we've known for most of the century. Ooh, interesting. So a man became living thought. Almost sounds like a god.
The 5 winds we once prayed to were temperamental and unreliable.
Elat, however, I've had the honor of speaking with him. He is very real. Having a god that was once mortal is comforting. He remembers what it was like to wear flesh like we do. Ooh, interesting. What can you tell me about the wild? What short-term situations can make me lose the edge in a fight? Many flows will inflict you with temporary effects. These effects go away over time, although many can be cured with the right items. For example, if you're bleeding and losing health, a bandage will stop the bleeding and heal you for a short while.
Blessings of Elat upon you.
Okay. Well, we don't have anybody that has a favor that they need quite yet, it seems. And nobody over here seems to want to give me favors. Let's see. Let's keep exploring this little city. Ah, this is the guy who saved us.
I wish I could greet you with a smile, but, well...
That won't be happening. Elat's breath, what a disaster. How are things holding up?
Yesterday I was leading our most ambitious expedition in a decade. Now, all that's left is this wreck, and a tribe in mourning.
I didn't notice, but he's got a super cool claw hand and a peg leg. I like it. What happened? How did our ship sink so close to home?
The lighthouse wasn't lit at the time we made impact with the rocks, I'm certain.
I remember thinking that we should have seen it by now, right before we hit the rock.
We lost everyone who was below the deck at the time of the accident.
Half the ship came apart before I was able to run aground. So we lost everything, all the coins, the spices, the armor and weapons.
Unfortunately, yes. What little we could salvage from the wreck has gone to the families of my drowned men.
My finances are reeling from this loss. I have barely enough left to start over. Still, we have no right to complain. All we lost was some coin and 4 months of time on this failed journey. My sailors lost their lives. Eason, I have 5 days to gather 150 silver, or I lose my home.
How much?
Damn.
That's right. You haven't been able to make payments on your blood price while we were gone.
You always get the short end of the stick, don't you?
The blood price on your head is disgusting. You weren't even born when that tragedy happened.
Yeah, no shit! I welcome the challenge. That's an excuse to get out there and find I know, but I don't have a choice.
Of course you do. Just because a choice is hard doesn't mean you can't take it. I'm sorry I don't have better news. Best of luck with squaring things with Risa in the short term.
I guess I truly am on my own then. I could beat him up for it, but I'm not going to do that.
Actually, I do have a small stash of goods
Ooh.
I hid in case of disaster.
I hid it near the old shipwreck to the south. When you open it, remember that the moon commands the stars. You'll know what I mean. I don't know what you mean, but okay. I hid it in the old shipwreck to the south.
Remember, you're not just...
Well, there we go. That's our first goal.
With more than the blood in your veins.
Is there a map? I know there is a map, but I guess it should be like, is there a map I can open right now? We should read this and learn the cooking recipe. There is a map. So we want to go south. We're on day 2 already. So I guess we need to just leave. We're here with Izan. So south is where we need to go. There's a shipwreck down there that we can find maybe some treasure in. That'll be at least something. Better than nothing. I love that there's some steampunk in this fantasy world as well. Ooh. Clean water. It's getting rather dark. Another thing that this game does is the realistic lightings in the day-night cycle. If you want to see at night, you do need to be putting out your lantern. Like so. So that we can actually see where we're going and see who we're talking to. Oh, looks like we have a bird. Fishmonger Carl.
Greetings, friend. Farewell,
I can buy stuff. Okay. I'm assuming I can just buy fish.
Oh,
what brings you here?
Hello, Roland.
How's my
Well,
body?
Ethan's alive. That's more than most of the people on our expedition could say.
Yeah, a shame about the shipwreck. Accidents like this happen all the time.
How do I have a feeling you were the one that's supposed to light the lighthouse?
Not a clue. It wasn't me, though, that's for sure.
Shouldn't you be helping your brother salvage the wreck?
I don't think he wants my help. Oh, this is the worst day I've had in forever.
I'm sorry. Oops, didn't mean to swing.
Oh, what brings you... Yeah, a shame about the shipwreck. Exactly. If my brother had a small... I don't think he wants my help. Oh,
all right.
This is the worst day I've had in forever.
Plank shield. Hey, it's better than nothing. It certainly is a start, and the night falls. Gilwyn is going to spend the first day in town, visiting those he's either pissed off or owes a favor to, and hopes that there's somebody out there who's willing to owe him a tribal favor in place of owing the 150 silver that he supposedly owes. And there's some storage in here. I didn't realize that the city had an open storage vault for us to pilfer and plunder. It certainly looks not very well tended to and mostly forgotten, so maybe we'll get something good in here. Another old lantern. We could throw our current one, flint and steel, for camping and starting a fire, which we will need to do, especially if our journey to the south takes us quite far. We have an improvised bedroll already? What if we just disassemble it? And we can just get some, maybe some rags or something. Or maybe it just brought it off the ground. This looks like it leads down into a mine area. Junk pile. A hatchet and arrow, padded helm, and wood. Let's take all. We'll be wearing the padded helm. And we are looking quite fashionable. And a new recipe. Aha! A new recipe. But it seems that there's more to it. Here. What kind of storage place has a cave in it? It's hard to see. I'm nervous. And Gilwyn is as well. He's never really realized that there, in the storage area there was more to it. I hear. Yep, I saw something. I heard something and then I saw it. There's something in the corner. Hello. What are you? You're like a bug creature. Ow! Ow. Oof. Got him. Troglodyte. And he has common mushrooms on him. And now we're bleeding. That's immediately unfortunate. I might be able to break down. Whoop. We gotta move. I'm not fighting you yet. Let's just... Yeah, he's gonna... Really? He's gonna chase us all the way out here? Interesting. We should... Oh, we could drop our backpack? Oh, we could actually just drop our backpack. Oof. That hurt. Got him, got him, got him, got him, got him, got him. Okay. Whew, thick oil. Wow. Okay. Instantly, we're starting to see the deadliness of this world. Let's go to the crafting menu, and let's see if I can throw in maybe a sleeping bag. Yeah, if we throw that in. No such luck. I do wonder, actually. Now that we know that that is there, and I'd love to plunder its depths further, let's head back home. I know I have some spare clothing there. I might be able to rip that all up and make bandages for it for ourselves. That could go a long way. Well, we got some recipes up here, some leather recipes. We might as well learn those very quickly here. Leather attire, leather boots, leather hat. It's good to have. Oh, you are creepy. Hello. Oda Kazite Trainer. Amba, my friend Gilwyn. I continue to train every day so that someday I can fill Ezzo's boots and protect Cierzo. Maybe we should train together. I want to train with you? Yes, I could teach you a little Kazite trick. I could teach you a way to use a one-handed axe to cripple and slow your enemies. 50? I don't have 50.
What can
Homie.
I wonder?
Not even close.
Amber, my friend.
Can you teach me how to fight?
Amber, my curious. Amber, my friend.
Ooh, what is all this? So he can train me, it seems, but... Mana cost? Fitness? Increase your... Oh, I want that. Oh, I need 50 silver? My god. Maybe after I've paid my blood debt. Or have lost my house in the process.
Greetings, friend.
Well, let's see. I'm here about work.
Lend me your ear.
I'm looking for something I could do nearby.
As a matter of fact, I could use a Brosh Explorer for something.
Will you risk for some silver? Absolutely. If the pay's good, I'm willing to risk my life.
I need.
A peculiarly rare mushroom in the shape of a shield. I hear it grows in Blister Burrow, northeast of Cierzo. Well, we have a shipwreck to the south and now to the northeast, a mushroom.
You'll know it.
70 silver. Troglodytes in deep dark caves. This sounds like a terrible idea. What kind of properties does this mushroom have? Sure.
Perfect. Make sure you have a good weapon, a lantern, and plenty of supplies.
It's a dangerous cave and you'll be putting your life on the line. Don't forget that trogs have poor eyesight, but fantastic hearing.
Lend me your ear.
To get to Blister Burrow, head out of Cierzo's main gate and then follow the road left. When you get to another fork in the road at a wooden gate, turn left again. You'll know you're going in the right way if you see crude statues made by the troglodytes. The entrance should be ahead of you, along the hillside. Okay.
Lend me your ear.
I have this unusual item.
Always interested in curiosities. I'll see you.
Okay. Another quest for 70 gold. That mixed with the shipwreck to the south might be exactly what we need to make this work. We might actually have ourselves... Oops. Everything we need. Is this the gate? Looks like it might be the gate. Hey there.
Need something?
Let's see. What do I need to learn to survive in the wild? What's got you worried? I've noticed that the longer I stay out, the less maximum health and stamina I have. I assume that means I need to sleep. How do I deal with dangerous temperatures?
And climate
All right.
travel in.
I don't want to go outside quite yet. So that's where we are. If I follow this... How do I get here to my house? Here we are. We spent the night wandering the town. We've got two objectives now, to head to the north and to the south. One bears mushrooms, the other potential treasures. But first, we sleep. Tomorrow, we set out. We'll sleep about 6 hours. Hopefully that'll be enough to get us to a good chunk of rest. We actually have a nice little bonus here now to our health. Now, before we go out, it's time to readjust a little bit. Equipping this slows our dodge. We're going to store that for now. We'll move all the money to our primitive satchel. Our primitive satchel is heavily overweight, actually. So preparing for this journey, we have a few things we need to take care of. We need to store some stuff into our stash. Ideally, one of those. One of the bed rolls, because we only need one of them. A good chunk of the wood that we'll probably want. We could probably gather some while we're out, but let's store most of it. Common mushroom. A felling great axe? I think I'm just going to store the felling great axe for now. We'll keep one flint and steel on us. I'm going to keep the fishing harpoon. Antidote is still valuable. Spare lantern. I mean, it's good to have, but not super needed. I'm going to take this old lantern, actually, and store the other one. Put that in our pocket. Iron scraps. Common mushroom for now. I think that's everything that I want to get rid of. What's in the corner over here? Jerky? We'll definitely take the jerky for the trip, for sure. Well, well, well. Looks like it's going to be time. Cooked meat is starting to go bad, but that's all right. We'll head north first. I think the 70 silver is too tempting to turn down. There's a lot there. Let's go ahead and have this equipped. There's a lot of value to be had, I think, in being able to pop open a 70 gold, right, or 70 silver right out the gate. Actually, before we move, let's not be too stupid. Let's actually deposit our silver in the stash. I don't know how much we lose upon dying, if we lose anything at all, but I don't want to risk it. If we're gonna go out, let's make sure everything we have is stored. Also lightens the load a bit. Money does have weight. All right, sir. It's time for us to leave.
Need something?
I'm going outside.
Well, you got the essentials at least. Here, I'll teach you a skill.
Mastering these is the key to survival out in the wild. I'm going to teach you one of the weapon you're currently holding. Yeah, give me the machete skill. Yes.
There you go.
Puncture has been learned.
Skills is the key to survival out in the wild.
You should look for trainers whenever you visit a town. They usually group near training equipment. Others need to sort out.
All right. I feel comfortable letting you outside the walls. Use the door when you want to head
Let's see
out.
what he says. Let's see. What are you up to, Warden?
Waiting on some scouts to come back from reconnaissance.
Up-to-date information on what's happening in the surrounding region is essential to keeping Cierzo safe.
My warriors and I are the last line of defense for Cierzo.
We decide what enters and what is driven from our walls. We bear the heaviest responsibility in this tribe. All right.
Need something?
All right. Well, we're leaving then. Food rots with time. Eat or cook your food before it goes to waste. And the world is before us. An adventure waits for us. The world is ours, and the hostile one at that. It may not be the dead world like a Dark Souls or a Bloodborne or a dying one like Sekiro, but it certainly is a world that is hostile and hates everything not hidden behind safe walls. This is where the story of Gilwyn begins. How prepared you are before going out there will determine whether you live or die. So, let's hope that we are prepared enough. And Gilwyn gets to see the adventure he longs for, while still keeping his house and keeping the people he lives with happy. Gotta make rent. We are no hero after all. Well, it looks like, things are being attacked. Are these bandits, perhaps? I don't know. But we will swing. Whoop! I did not mean to attack him and get murdered, but it was a bandit. We'll take the money. And the leather. The other bandit is still busy attacking these things. And he has a shield that might be worth grabbing. Bandits are the first step to becoming a hero in most stories, so maybe we could clean up. Okay, he's dodging our attacks. He knows we're on him. He saw his friend get taken out, so I guess it's not too surprising. I don't like any of this. Okay, good fighting right there. We want to drop our bag, actually, so we can roll. Okay. Okay, shield up. The wildlife is valuable here in this world. One more. Easy. I cannot do this now. I disagree. Okay, we hit him. Good hit. Dodge. That hit hard. I wonder what kicking does. That actually destroyed us a little bit. Okay, good hit. A fight to the death right outside the walls of Cierzo. They were not kidding that this place was dangerous, but we got him. We got him. Bandit leader, dried mushroom bar. A round shield and an iron mace. Our backpack. We want the backpack. All right. Our first fight. Let's see. We definitely want this equipped instead of the satchel. It's going to be, or instead of the plank shield. It's going to be a lot better for us. He had no armor on him, but this does a lot more damage. So we'll put that in for our equipment. And we are no longer over encumbered, which is good. You're not going to attack me, right? I have no interest in fighting you, bird. I had more of an interest in saving you, I guess, than fighting you. And we can bandage up now that we've survived our first encounter. So let's go ahead and throw a bandage on. And we immediately look a little bit more equipped and a little bit better to handle the wildlife here. So I said fork in the road. I believe we go left. Bandit encampment is to the east, which we don't want to go. But crude statues is our symbol, I believe, for troglodytes. And that's what these look like to me. Crude statues. So I believe this is the correct way. And here looks like a cave. This certainly feels like the correct way indeed. Enter Blister Burrow. Well, let's go ahead and eat up a little bit before we head inside. And entering this place unprepared feels like the wrong idea. And by unprepared, I mean hurt. But we're healing, I think, a little slowly because we ate some food. Our stamina's not great. Yeah, we are healing very, very slowly. If I want to make a campfire, I need 3 wood to do so. What if I threw down my sleeping roll? We can put it down just kind of here. And if we were to use it and nap just a bit, guard for an hour, guard for 2 hours. If we guard for an hour and sleep for an hour, we should be okay. So let's go ahead and just take a quick 1 hour nap and see if that helps us heal a little bit. Yep, we are healed. So let's go ahead and take this back to ourselves. And into the dungeons we go. With luck, this will bring us a step closer to paying off that debt that we owe. Gilwyn stands on the outside of the doors leading into the caves. Through here, he knows monsters exist and are waiting to slit his throat for what he carries. But beyond is a promise, a way out within these 5 days, and a good chunk of change towards that 150 silver he owes. If Gilwyn can survive this small journey, perhaps the reward money and whatever money he makes from selling the loot he finds in here will be enough to temporarily cover the debt of his grandmother and let him continue to live in the home he's called his for so very long.